everyone, welcome to Balance and Glow. My name is Emma and I'm going to take you through a short 20-minute flow that is going to be great for whenever you need a little bit of boost of energy, a bit of confidence. So we're going to start seated. Come to wherever you are comfortable. Maybe that looks like a chair for you to begin with. Maybe it looks like the mat cross-legged. Perhaps bring something underneath the bottom, the hips, just to elevate yourself a little bit more. Lengthen through the spine. And just take a nice big breath in and exhale through the mouth, closing off the eyes when you are ready. And just allowing the hands to be placed on the knees or in the lap, bringing a little bend into the elbows. Finding that softness through the eyes, the jaw, the face. Allowing the shoulders to relax. Bringing your awareness into the breath, into the body. Just noticing how you're feeling coming onto your mat today. Noticing where your breath is coming from. Is it coming right to the top of the chest? Are we feeling anxious coming onto our mat today? And then start to lengthen out the exhales. Deepening the breath as you breathe in. A nice slow, long breaths out. We're just going to do some nice energizing pranayama this morning. So if you are pregnant, if you have high blood pressure and get dizzy quite easily, then perhaps just coming into a box breath, breathing in for 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and then holding for 4 again. If you are ready, we are going to breathe in 3 different parts. So it's a 3-part breath in 1 breath, if that makes sense. So we're going to breathe in, then breathe out. So the 3 breaths are actually in the same breath. You don't breathe out in between each one. So we breathe in. Good. So when you're ready, just relaxing the shoulders. Take a breath to prepare. And exhale to release. And we go. Inhale. Relax the breath, come back to your normal breathing, relax the shoulders. Noticing any changes in the body, the mind. Notice that energy moving around the body, waking you up. Good, gently flicker the eyes open, perhaps a little smile on the face. Inhale as we sweep the hands up towards the sky, interlace the fingers, gently press the palms away from one another. As you exhale, send the right arm down and away from you on the mat, reach the left arm up and over, opening out through this left shoulder. Good, take a breath in here. As you exhale, reaching the left arm forwards, and then we're going to sweep all the way down and to the opposite side. So the left arm walks away from you, the right hand reaches up and over. Good, take a breath in here. Exhale as we reach forwards and down, sweeping all the way across and over to the opposite side. Good, lifting up. Reaching over that left arm, sit bones are grounded. Take a breath. As we exhale, same thing, sweep forwards down and over to the opposite side. Good. Inhale as we lift through both arms, stretching up towards the sky. Exhale, cactus the arms, bend through the elbows, spreading the fingers. Good. Bring the hands just behind you, fingertips down onto the mat. You can press the palms into the ground as we inhale, start to lengthen through the chest. So open out through that heart space. Option to lift through the hips and press the hips forwards. And then exhale, coming down. Start to gently walk the hands forwards and away from you. So the forehead can relax down. We're grounding down through the sit bones. So keeping them planted. You can bring a block or a brick underneath the head. Breathing in through the back body. And then as you exhale, melt the heart space down. Good. Inhale as you start to walk the hands back up. Bring the hands behind you and gently uncross the legs and cross them the opposite way. Just getting a stretch in the opposite side. So bring the hands back down, gently start to lift through the chest as you breathe in. Maybe starting to lift the hips here, pressing through the hips. And then as you exhale, bringing them down, gently walk the hands forwards. Now one side will always be stiffer than the other, our non-dominant side. So this might be a little bit more uncomfortable on this side. Allow the forehead to soften, breathing into any tension. Send the breath, send the energy there. And inhale as you walk the hands back up. Gently bring the hands behind you and start to lift through the feet. So coming into our Navasana, our boat pose straight away. Keeping the feet down if it's more comfortable or starting to lift. Good. Drawing in through the belly, take a breath. And then as you exhale, start to lengthen out the legs, come to a low boat. So you can either bring the elbows down or you can reach the arms away from you. Good. Inhale as you bend the knees, lift back up. Exhale to lower down. Hover the feet. Good. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift one more time. And then exhale to lower. Hover the legs. Good. Inhale to lift. Bring the feet down onto the mat. Bring the hands behind the thighs and we're going to roll back. So we're going to rock and roll. Eventually we're going to come up to standing. So draw the spine back. Start to have a bit of fun with it. Rock and roll. Keeping your breath. And maybe hovering the feet as we go. Using a bit of momentum. And then eventually after a few times, bring the feet down, start to reach forwards and come up. Nice big stretch to stand. Or make your own way up to Tadasana, your mountain pose. Good. Bring the hands to your heart space. Allow the shoulders to soften. Inhale as you sweep the hands up towards the sky. Hands touch, gaze towards the thumbs. And maybe a tiny little back bend. Squeeze through the legs, the glutes. Good. Exhale as you forward fold. Crown of the head towards the ground. Bend the knees as much as you need here. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Either bringing the hands to the floor, shins or thighs. And then exhale to fold. We're going to inhale coming into our chair pose. So we're going to sweep the hands up either side of the ears. Start to squeeze through the legs, sit the bottom back. See if you can see your big toes. If the arms outstretched are uncomfortable, bring the hands to your heart space. Good. As you exhale, bring the hands to your heart space and we're going to hook the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Gently press towards the top hand and start to open out through that top shoulder. Maybe the gaze lifts or you keep looking down. Good. Bring the weight into your right foot. We're going to start to lift through this left leg and step the foot back. Keep squeezing through the legs. Good. And keep twisting, lifting out of that back leg. Good. Inhale. Release the hands coming up to your high lunge. As you exhale, Bring the hands to your heart space, start to interlace through the fingers, rolling the shoulders back. And we're going to come into our warrior three. So feel free to keep your hands placed where they are, or hands to your hips or heart space. See where we can challenge ourselves. Start to send the chest forward, squeeze through the legs. Start to lift off with that back leg. Dialing down the left hip. Good, lifting out of this standing leg. Good, as you exhale, how softly can you land that back foot? Back down onto the mat. Bring the hands down, frame the foot. Step back to your plank or half plank and come through a vinyasa. So either lowering the knees or sending the body halfway down. Releasing through the toes. Lifting upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good, take a moment here. Take a couple of breaths, pressing into the hands. Inhale to look forwards. Step or float to the top of the mat. Find a halfway lift as you get here. And then exhale to fold forwards. Inhale to sweep the hands up towards the sky. Exhale to your heart space. Allow the shoulders to soften. Good. Inhale, sweep the hands up towards the sky. Maybe starting to engage through the legs. Tiny little back bend. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your chair pose. Sweep the hands up. Squeezing through the legs. And then as you exhale, bring the hands to your heart space. Hooking the right elbow to the outside of that left knee. Pressing into the top hand. Good, keep squeezing through the legs. Keep your breath. We have a tendency to hold our breath during these poses. Good, start to bring the weight into the left foot. See if we can lift through that right leg and step the foot back. Good, keep lifting out of the back leg, finding that twist. Keeping your breath. Lovely. Inhale. As you release through the hands, find your high lunge. And then as we exhale, interlace the fingers behind the lower back. Pressing the palms away from you, we're going to find our warrior three. So again, hand placement is your choice, maybe with the hands interlaced, your hips or your heart space, or even reaching forwards in your warrior three. So send the chest forward, start to lift out of this back leg. Lifting up. Again, keeping your breath, dialing down that right hip. Good, and how softly can you land that back foot? Lovely, and then sending the hands down. Step back to your plank or half plank. Exhale through your flow. Feel free to skip any vinyasas or go straight to downward facing dog. If you're in upward facing dog, gently bring the hands back, opening up through the chest. And then exhale. Downward facing dog. Pressing out through the hands. Take a breath. Good. Inhale to lift through the right leg, bending through the knee, opening out the hips, draw that foot towards the bottom. As you exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest and twisting to the left. So we're going to bring the right knee towards the left elbow and then sending it all the way out. Dropping that back heel and start to lift up with the hips. Sending that left arm up. Good, as you exhale, bring the left hand down, sweep the right foot back in, see if we can bend the knee in towards the chest, and then stepping that right foot in between the hands. Good, finding warrior one here, so dropping that back heel, Inhale as we sweep the hands up. Now warrior one can be a shorter stance as the hips are facing forwards. So find your space, find your comfort here. Good. As we exhale, either interlacing the fingers behind the lower back or coming into a reverse prayer or hooking the fingers one towards the other. So inhale as we lengthen through the spine. And then exhale to reach the chest forwards and down, just halfway. Drawing that right hip back, the left hip forwards. Good. Take a breath. As we exhale, start to bend into that front knee, bring the hands down, pivot on the back toes, and step back to your plank. Gently wave the body, downward facing dog. Good. As you inhale, lift through the left leg, start to bend through the knee, open out the hips. And then exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest and over towards the right hand side. So open out that left leg, drop the back heel and start to lift through the hips. Engage through the belly. As you exhale, bring the right hand back down. See if we can sweep that knee back in towards the chest and step it in between the hands. Good. Coming into our warrior one, so dropping that back heel. Inhale as we sweep the hands up. Again, finding your stance here. So you might want to join or bring the right foot in slightly. Good, and bringing a bend into that left knee. Hips facing forwards. As we inhale, either interlacing the hands behind the lower back, bringing the hands into reverse prayer, or hooking the fingers. Take a breath as you inhale. Lift through the chest, lengthen the spine, and then exhale to reach forwards. We're lengthening through this front leg. Good. Take a moment here. Take a breath. As you exhale, start to bend into that front knee. Release through the hands, pivot on the back toes, and step back to your plank. Wave the body back to your downward facing dog. As you exhale, start to widen out the knees. Bring the big toes to touch and sit back onto the heels. Finding a nice child's pose. Inhale as you gently start to lift through the chest. Walk the hands back. Draw the knees in. And gently start to lift through the body. Bring the hands to your heart space. Allow the shoulders to soften. Gentle close of the eyes. Just bringing in an intention, anything that you want to cultivate for the rest of your day. Any reminders you want to come back to. Thanking yourself for coming onto the mat this morning, giving yourself some space, or whenever you are practicing. Take a nice big breath in to seal the practice. And then exhale, let it go with a big sigh. Thank you all for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you again soon. Namaste.